All right, sports fans, how's everybody out there doing? William Martin coming at you one more time here on YouTube with another edition of the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge podcast. Now, it should not shock anyone that Major League Baseball's team owners have decided to lock out the players as both sides are very far apart on a new collective bargaining agreement. Some of the major sticking points are that players want to speed up free agency by a year, which also includes cutting down salary arbitration from 3 years to 2 years. Now, MLB Commissioner Rob Manfred has countered by saying that speeding up free agency would greatly hurt the smaller market teams. Now, as is always the case whenever it comes to work stoppages or any work stoppages of any time in sports, whether it's a lockout or a player strike, typically you have the owners who are making money that are crying poor. Now, the players union is calling out some of these clubs for tanking, and we've seen tanking work, but we've also seen it fail. Now, we've seen tanking in the cases of the Houston Astros and Atlanta Braves lead the World Series titles. But you look at the Baltimore Orioles as an example. The Orioles have lost at least 100 games in 3 of the last 4 years, and they don't appear to be getting ahead of themselves. But in regards to the tanking, the players' union is also complaining that by consistently going for the younger guys, this is costing veterans jobs. And it's very true because with some of these clubs, you have guys out there that should not be playing at the major league level. But it's just the fact that they are quote unquote cheap labor. Now, also, you have to ask yourself, are the playoffs going to expand? This is another big question. More revenue, are we going to see advertisements, patches on players' jerseys? We have to wait and see where that goes. MLB's luxury tax, and this is another sticking point right here because I've always been a proponent, and I know some people are going to say it won't work, but I've always been a proponent to say, hey, you're penalizing the teams that are willing to spend money if they go over the luxury tax, but also you need a floor to the luxury tax. I've always felt that there needs to be a minimum that these teams are going to spend, and all of them obviously don't do that. But the battle between Rob Manfred and Tony Clark, who is the first player to head the Players Association, is not going away anytime soon. And the big question is, will the 2022 MLB season be threatened? And honestly, I'm going to say yes because people don't understand the severity of this is due to the fact that we're in the beginning of December. And of course, pitchers and catchers don't report until February. But this problem is not going away anytime soon because both sides are very far apart on a deal. Maybe they try to counter each other with a counter proposal between now and Christmas. We'll see what's going to happen. But I mean, at the end of the day, neither side is going to get fully what they want, but I think it's in the best integrity of the sport to try to work this out because let's be realistic. Major League Baseball has been losing popularity in comparison to the NFL, to the NBA, to the NHL, and of course, soccer as well in the United States. And honestly, MLB cannot afford another black eye for the sport. It took them a very long time to recover from the baseball strike of 1994. And this time around, I think it might even be a little bit longer because Major League Baseball currently does not have the star appeal that they did once upon a time. The NFL and NBA have really taken off in popularity. And don't get me wrong, they were both popular back in 1994, but they have really taken off from this point. And a lot of people, honestly, in the younger generation, just simply view baseball as boring. So, this right here, you have a lot of egos at work here that are going to allow this problem to get even bigger than it really needs to be. Hopefully, for the sake of the sport, all parties involved can work something out and agreeable deal where each side benefits. They're not going to get, like I said, they're not going to get everything that they want, but at least they could benefit somehow going forward. So we're going to wait and see what happens here. But this is a problem that is not going away anytime soon. So, folks, that is going to wrap it up. And as always, I want to take this time out to thank you for tuning into the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge podcast here on YouTube. Want to take the time out to thank all of you fine folks out there for tuning in. And if you have not already, please feel free to subscribe to this channel. Now, if you're on Twitter, please feel free to follow me at 300 pounds of sports. And like I always say, if you follow me, it'll be my pleasure to follow you right back. There's also the sports discussion group on Facebook at the Sports Depot 365. You can check it out. Drop a line and be a part of one of the better sports debating sites going on social media. So, once again, fine folks, my name is William Martin, signing off, saying take care and have yourselves a wonderful day.